December 16, Sydney Super Fight is edging nearer, meaning this guy, Paul Gallen, isn't far off the biggest fight of his career. And Gal, I just want to get a bit of insight into how you got here. How did you get to the ring in the first place?
Yeah, look, I did a bit of boxing as a kid and then probably got back into it purely for fitness, for rugby league, and started going to the PCYC over at Rockdale in about 2007, and was always asked if I'd fight, and always said no, but then there was a guy over in New Zealand, rugby union player, that no one would fight because he was a karate expert, and anyway, I went over and fought him and I beat him, and yeah, the rest is sort of history from there. I've just sort of continued on, sort of one fight a year. It's been, I haven't had a lot of fights in the period I've been going because of rugby league, but and now I'm retired. I can probably have a couple more.
That PCYC gym, is that the same one that Tim Zhu trains out of?
It is, it's the same one Tim Zhu trains out of, George Cambosis trains out of. Well, that's where I sort of first met George. We used to go there as the Sharks players, and George used to be there training before us. Trained out there for a little while, and then ended up going out to the Grange out at Campbelltown Way and training with Daniel Gill a little bit out there, and then my train out of Cronulla now.
When you first walked out in Auckland for that charity event, what did that feel like? You're getting wrapped, you can hear the crowd. That first walkout, what was it?
Oh, the walkout was pretty cool. I didn't mind the walkout, that was all right. And then I'll never forget, you hear the term in boxing, they lost their legs, or you lose your legs. I got through the first round and I was like pumped because I knew I won it pretty comfortably. I don't think I even got touched. And then the second round started, I stood up off my chair and I literally couldn't feel my legs. I was like, oh my God, this is like, and I sort of shit myself a bit. I didn't know what to do. And thankfully, I got through it and continued on from there. But that was pretty scary and a bit intimidating.
When you look at how you got chosen for this charity fight and things, do you think that maybe sort of pushing your career along a little bit is that reputation that you have with other fans and players in rugby league as a bit of a biffer, a bit of a grub? Do you think that that's sort of like, pushed this boxing career along a bit, or? Maybe
a little bit, and it's hard to know fans, It's I get the feeling that they boo me and hate me a bit, to be honest with you, but then I was voted in the all-time New South Wales team by the fans, so that surprised me a little bit, that one, but remains to be seen. But look, at whatever happens before, whatever chat's spoken about before it, whoever the crowd boos or cheers, it's going to be irrelevant when the bell rings. We've just got to get there and do what we're trained to do, and as long as I can take my training into the ring, I'll win. Yeah, and you're also going to have all of the rugby league family behind you in terms of the people that you've played with and things like that. So I don't know, they might want to see me get beat too. I've fought a few footy players and none of them really got close to me, so I think they might want to see me get touched up too, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but as I said, at the end of the day, no matter what chat's going on, no matter who has their opinion, it doesn't matter. What matters happens inside the ring, and to get there, I've got to train and prepare well, and I'll be doing that. Well, we touched on it there. Rugby league is a team sport. Boxing is individual. What is it about the draw between those two and the different mentalities that brings you to boxing? It's just a pure challenge, and I have athletic ability, and I just sort of think to myself that I'm going to make the most of my athletic ability wherever I can. It's going to come a time when it's going to stop, and it's probably not too far away, mate. But whatever I can still do things, and compete, which is probably the most important thing. Competing against yourself, and only you know whether you've done your best or not. That's one thing I teach my kids. I don't care if you win, lose or draw, whatever you do, just try your best. But as long as you're in there having a crack and doing your best, that's all anyone can ask, and that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, you're an incredibly determined competitor. I don't think anyone can deny you that. But you have been playing down your aspirations in boxing, and I guess that does leave a lot of people thinking, well, why have you continued on and why have you taken this fight? I've got no aspirations to win titles or win belts. I had a chat to Mark Hunt a while ago, and he called me a prize fighter, which is maybe what I am. And that's what I want to do. I want to earn some good money out of it, and I'm willing to take big fights to do that. And the unfortunate thing about boxing in this country is it's not that well known. And I've always said from day one, I'm going to do my best for boxing. And I said that a couple of years ago where Tim Zhu was under me. I said, if Tim Zhu one day is headlining his own card because of this event, I've done my job for Australian boxing. And now look at him, he's headlining his second show in Australia this year. So people that want to get out there and bag me about earning $1 out of boxing, I've done more than most people in Australian boxing. I've got no problem about being bagged for it because I know I've done my job. And I'll continue to do it. If Tim continues to get huge recognition for what he's done, and other fighters on the card as well who would not normally get to perform in front of 10,000 people, or hopefully 10, 20, 30,000 people watching on pay-per-view, then I've done my job.